Well, India was secular because when the partition took place in 1947, Pakistan had become an Islamic country. Pakistan was created on the basis of, religion, while India, when it was created, the leaders of that time had seen India as a place where people of all faiths and all communities would coexist together and take the country forward. So that is how, the secular character of India, even before the constitution was adopted, has been enshrined in the creation of the country. No, there are contradictions, but I'll recollect. Mr. Advani was basically the architect of BJP, and if BJP came to power both under Mr. Vajpayee and under Mr. Modi, the credit for taking the party forward goes primarily to Mr. Advani. And Mr. Advani had in the early 90s, when he was the leader of the opposition in the Lok Sabha, he had while giving an interview to a British journalist made certain things very specific. He was asked by a British journalist that do you want India to be a Hindu nation? He said no. He says that like England is a Christian country, but people of all faiths and religions live there and coexist. Similarly, in India, India may be a Hindu majority country, but that does not prevent people of other faiths to practice their religion and coexist here, and their rights are guaranteed. So that's how he had defined. So I don't think there's much of a contradiction. Nehru's socialism had nothing to do with the present day politics. Present day politics is totally different from what it existed earlier. Mr. Nehru had great belief in socialism because at that point of time the country needed a lot of resources, and there was this Feldman-Stalin model which was adopted to start the 5-year plans, etc. So, but this is another debate altogether, and Hindutva politics as it is being practiced today is divisive and is based on majoritism and not on democratic principles alone. There is no chaos which has been planned or could be created. 50th anniversary of the emergency was observed on the 25th, 26th of June this year. There are multiple angles to it. A narrative was put forward by people who were critics of the emergency that emergency was a violation of the Indian Constitution. It was unconstitutional and therefore needs to be condemned. Of course, the atrocities of which were committed during the emergency need to be condemned and need to be, a lot of lessons need to be learned that these things are never repeated. However, when emergency was declared in 1975, it was as per the provisions of the Constitution as they existed at that point of time. There was nothing unconstitutional about it. It was done in a constitutional manner, and as I said, the consequences were not something which we can endorse. And there's no chaos. It is just a narrative which has sought to be started again, and I don't know why, but that is how I see it. And people who were associated with the emergency, many of them are, or later joined the BJP. During emergency, it was stated that there were 4 people who were responsible for the excesses. Chaudhry Bansilal, who was Chief Minister of Haryana and later the Defence Minister, he, subsequently joined the BJP, and his granddaughter is a minister in the BJP government in Haryana. His daughter-in-law, Kiran Chaudhary, is a Rajya Sabha MP of the BJP. Then it was said that V.C. Shukla contested an election on the BJP ticket. Then it was said late Sanjay Gandhi's wife Menaka Gandhi and his son Firoz Varun Gandhi were BJP MPs. And then Mr. Jagmohan was accused of excesses at Turkman Gate, and he later became a BJP MP and was a minister. So there is a lot of double speak and a lot of things which are being put in public domain, which need to be properly seen objectively and dispassionately. The minorities are already feeling unsafe because the present day politics is divisive in nature. If you look at it, BJP does not have even a single Muslim member of parliament, neither in Rajya Sabha nor in Lok Sabha. So, that kind of a message is going on. Now, when this debate started, because Mr. Dattatreya Hosbole, during a function on emergency, had spoken about the need to remove socialism and secularism from the preamble of the constitution, because he said that they were introduced during the emergency. Now you have to, when you look at politics, and you have to see a lot of things. The RSS is in its 100th year, centenary year. The RSS has always stood for Akhand Bharat, which is impossible today, and has also, talked about establishment of Hindu Rashtra. Now, if Mr. Hosbole meant that by this that these terms should be removed so that RSS could go ahead and give the green signal to the BJP to have a Hindu Rashtra, that is one way of interpreting it. But the other way is, the BJP in its own constitution has the words, socialist and secular. BJP was established in April 1980, and if you read the charter of BJP's constitution, it clearly says that it was a socialist and a secular party. So, these words should be removed from the BJP's constitution first. Hosbole's remarks have put the BJP and Mr. Modi in a very embarrassing situation. Then there was a judgment of the Supreme Court as, early as November 2024, where the Chief Justice presiding over a bench had, dismissed all petitions challenging the inclusion of the word secular and socialism in the constitution. So, when the Supreme Court has put an end to it, this is more for political reasons and more towards to give an impression to followers of the Sangh Parivar that efforts were being made to establish a Hindu Rashtra, while the real aim could be something else, but that is for those in power to answer. And when they were added during the emergency, it was as per the 42nd Amendment, and it was in a constitutional manner. These words were added. There were many opportunities which the BJP, even before its inception during Janata Party rule, had, and also when Mr. Vajpayee was ruling, and also during the first 11 years of Mr. Modi, when the party has been very much in command in Parliament, to have removed or to have thought of removing it. But it's no point is served. Right now the challenge before people is to handle rising prices, unemployment. You remove these words, the reality does not change. And these words cannot be that easily removed, because they do in some way reflect the essence of the Indian Constitution, which is both socialist and secular in nature. And socialist in the sense that there are directive principles of which tell or give the path towards a welfare state, and fundamental rights give you equal right to all religions to practice their religion. So this is a debate which is triggered by political necessity and political considerations rather than any academic or any substantial basis.